Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dupor Bowl 19. We are on the air from Lafayette Field in Shelton, Connecticut for the 19th annual Dupor Bowl tradition. On behalf of the Brownson Broadcasting Network, this is Mike Colonese, my broadcasting partner Andrew DaRin, down on the field in the beige jacket with the small child. Behind the camera this year, coming back after doing a superb job last year, is Jim Hawley, our technical support. And down on the field, you can see the players anxious to get ready to go. Doug Condon back for 12th year in a row, which I believe is now the new Dupor record.
For Doug?
I believe so. 12 years in a row. Been here every year since 1986. Doug had a superlative passing year last year, which we must make note of. He threw 12 passes, one of which was complete to his own team, and 4 of which were complete to the opposite team.
Most consecutive interceptions without a completion.
So another exciting Dupor. I'd say we've got a beautiful day for it. I'd say temperature is probably around 45 degrees, perhaps a little bit warmer, blue skies. One of the best weather days we've had in a number of years. Our turnout trickled in as of 12:30. We weren't even sure we had enough for a 3-on-3 game, and there was discussion about myself and Jim possibly coming out of retirement. And that is not necessary, as we now have enough for a 4-on-4 game. Darak, our traditional referee, is expected to be here around noontime. And we'll be ready to go with the kickoff relatively soon. Tvardzik had briefly contemplated retirement, but is in the game. There have been some preliminary discussions about next year being the last Dupor ever. It will be Dupor number 20. There are the two veterans, Doug Condon and Bruce Murray, conferring on the field. Bruce with a beer. Bruce just got back from Disney World, but cut the trip short to make it up here for Dupor Day. Kevin Cwanek had an excellent game last year. He was in the running for the MVP award, but the statistics of Mr. Rafferty with 201 yard receiving just managed to beat him out. He's joined by Mr. Eisenmann on the field as well in the red. And with me now, let me welcome into the booth, Andrew DaRin.
It's good to be here, Mike. What now? How many years have I been up in the booth?
John, I think
a question for the ages.
I think this has to be coming up on about 10 years in the
10
booth,
years?
I would say, yes. I know you.
A decade now.
You were down on the. You were actually on the field the first Dupor Bowl that was filmed back in 1984, and sustained the career-ending knee injury.
And I did make the statistics for that 1 year as well, Mike.
That is correct. It looks like teams are beginning to take shape. We have the historic combination of Murray and Condon teamed up, along with Paul Tvardzik. So the veterans on the left side of the field, joined by the man known as Dominic. And on the right side of the field, Bill Eisenmann, F Troop, Kevin Quick, and Kevin Cwanek. This year's Dupor Bowl is sponsored by Schaefer, America's oldest lager beer.
The one beer to have when you're having more than one.
And also by Ryan DaRin and Andrew DaRin. Tusker was the big sponsor of the Dupor, but Tusker has bailed out this year, unable to resolve some contractual matters.
Incredible.
Tusker had wanted a big Tusker logo on the field, and the Dupor was not prepared to sell out to a sponsor in that way. Although Paul Tvardzik is going to be, and Paul is removing some excrement from the field. Can we get a shot of that, Jim?
Oh yeah. Hate to miss that.
Most of that.
And yes, he does it all, folks. Tirelessly, effortlessly, Paul Tvardzik, the groundskeeper of the Dupor, removing fertilizer from the field. John, I would look to give the edge to the veteran squad here with the Murray-Condon combination, as long as they don't put Condon at quarterback. Those past two performances by Mr. Condon really left something to be desired at the quarterback department. As a receiver, he is really without equal, having over 1,100 receiving yards in Dupor history. And it looks like Bruce Murray of the veteran squad will be kicking off as Dupor Bowl number 19 gets underway. John, this has really become quite a anticipated tradition throughout the world.
Of course, everyone focusing, don't want to take anything away from Dupor 19, but the big 20th year Dupor will be next year, as you know, Mike.
That's right. I think a lot of these players are looking ahead to next year. Bruce Murray is going to start off Dupor 19, kicks a nice line drive taken by Cwanek. He bounces it. He's in the end zone. He's going to take it back. That might be a mistake. It looks like he's stopped by Doug Condon, and it looks like he's at the 2-yard line. John, he probably could have just nailed on the ball and had it come back to the 10.
It was a hard kickoff by Murray and bounced off of Cwanek's hands, and probably wasn't sure that the tricky roll. It bounced off of him in the field of play, went into the end zone, and thought that he had to take it out, possibly.
And we've got Mr. Quick out on the near side, covered by Condon. Cwanek out on the right, covered by Tvardzik. Pass over the middle, incomplete, broken up by Condon. Dominic again at quarterback, same formation. Quick is over the right side to Cwanek, in and out of the hands of Kevin Cwanek, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
If we can tell anything from the first 2 plays, Mike, it doesn't seem as though the rookie team has much in the way of receivers out there. We've had 2 passes that were fairly close to the mark and no receptions so far.
Now we've got Cwanek at quarterback. This is a rarity. Dominic wide on the right, Quick wide on the left. They need 10 yards for the 1st down. Deep in their own territory, early in the game. Might be a time for a blitz. Cwanek at quarterback. Looks for Quick, goes for Dominic on the right side, incomplete, and it's 4th down, they'll have to punt.
And Mike, I think Tvardzik, you can see from his coverage on that play that his off-season conditioning program has really paid some dividends out there. He was right with the man all the way, and the rookies are 3 and out in that possession.
Cwanek will kick. They're trying to bait him into going for it, but Kevin had no part of that. I think Kevin here will really have to step up and captain this team. He's the only veteran on that team. Snap back to Cwanek. Gets it off, a hand on it, taken by Condon at the 20. Oh, he's got a lot of room. He's stopped by Cwanek at the 9-yard line, and the veterans are in excellent position. All 3 of those veterans are in the top 5 of quarterbacks. Tvardzik completes 40.6%. He's a quarterback now. Condon on the right. He throws looking for Condon. Incomplete. Paul Tvardzik completed only 2 of 14 attempts last year, John, through 2 interceptions for 20 yards. His last really big quarterbacking year was 1992 when he threw 44 passes, completing 18 and throwing 4 TDs. Paul's looking to get back to that form. Oh, Condon's open on the left side. Touchdown! The veterans get on the board with 10 plays left in the 1st quarter. It's the veterans 7 and the rookies nothing.
And there again, Mike, you see the importance of that off-season conditioning program. Tvardzik in excellent condition this year. Coming back, even got some passing skills. Put that one right on Condon's hands.
And for Doug Condon, his 24th receiving touchdown in Dupor history, behind only Bruce Murray, who's got 36 of them. No win to speak of. Murray's kick's going to make it to the end zone. It'll be touched back to the 10. So let's see if the rookies can get on track here, John. They really had a poor possession the first time out. I think not aided by that play where they didn't take the touchback and started deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Really could never get out of there. The punt was a short one, gave the veterans a short field to work with, and they took full advantage of it. And we've got a new quarterback out there. It's Mr. Quick. Here comes the blitz. He pitches back and stopped. They made very wise use of the blitz on that play.
Well, Mike, it seems as though the rookie team likes this field position. They're back on the 2-yard line where they started and ended their last possession.
A loss of about 5 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 15. Quick is at quarterback, Cwanek wide on the left, Dominic wide on the right. Murray is the safety. Quick is looking to throw. Throws over to Dominic, batted away by Paul Tvardzik. A nice defensive play.
Tvardzik comes up big again. Cwanek looked open on that one on the near sideline, Mike. They have to put that to use right now.
Dominic looking to pass. He's going long for Quick. Nice pass. It's going to be overthrown. He has a nice arm on him there, John. But it's incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down. They'll have to punt again.
Well, as they say, Mike, Dominic's delivers, and he delivered that one out there a long way, but a little bit over the head of the intended receiver.
They have yet to have a positive yardage play from scrimmage. Cwanek will again be punting. They're going to have to really try to pin him back here, John, and kind of get some balance back to this game. I think they've been reeling ever since the first play. Nice kick by Cwanek. Gets short bounce. It's picked up by Murray and stopped at about the 26-27 yard line. So again, they have good field position. And there are 7 plays left in the first quarter. Veterans seem comfortably in control of this game, both on offense and defense. The rookies, as often is the case, may take a little bit of time to get on track, to get the feel of this Dupor, and to get all the rules down.
Well, the veterans have a lot of options out there too, Mike. This time we see Murray going out.
Tvardzik for Murray. It's complete, just short of the first down. It'll bring up a second and very short yardage. We may have to stop the game, John. One more catch by Bruce Murray. It will be his 100th career reception. Tvardzik at quarterback. Murray around end. Hands off to Murray. It's a straight running play. He's got room to run, and he's stopped by Cwanek, but not before picking up the first down. Ball's going to be at about the 12. 5 plays left first quarter. John, we've often said in the past that when a team goes up by 2 scores in the Dupor, it's very difficult for the other team to catch up.
Especially with the intense pressure, Mike, that'll put on these rookies, not being up to the pressure and not being up to date with all the rules and all of the play calling. It'll be tough for them to come back if the veterans put it in here.
Excellent point. Paul Tvardzik, now here comes a blitz. He's going for Murray. It's incomplete. He had to get it away.
I think you have to attribute it to the clean living, Mike.
Tvardzik looking for Eisenmann's open. Now it's a lot of traffic. Throwing it deep for Murray. Touchdown! And that's reception number 100 for Bruce Murray, the all-time Dupor leader.
And what a nice way to get that number 100, Mike, on a nice stop-and-go pattern. He wasn't open in the middle, cut deep, and Tvardzik put it right on the numbers.
100 career receptions for Bruce Murray. He's been here since the very first Dupor in 1979 at the old Edward C. Finn Stadium. And Paul Tvardzik with that touchdown pass, it is Tvardzik's 30th career touchdown pass, which also is a Dupor record. 14-0, 3 plays left in the first quarter. The rookies are going to have to get on track, John. Kickoff by Murray. Beautiful end over end. It's going to be taken by Quick, and he downs it in the end zone. A smart play. Quick is at quarterback. He's looking for Cwanek. He's open. He completes it. There's their first positive play. It's a first down to the 20. This is the last play of the first quarter. 14-0. Veterans out in front. I'm sorry, second to last play. Quick at quarterback. He's looking incomplete.
You gonna throw the flag on that one, Mike? Seemed like that troop was offsides or in motion doing something there.
There was an offsides penalty. That was a flag. Penalty, do you want it or decline it?
No.
They declined the penalty. It'll be an incomplete pass.
He's responsible for 5 out of the 8 plays.
Dominic at quarterback looking at Quick. It's complete and...
I don't know if he held on to it.
What's the ruling, Jim?
I don't think he held on.
No, it's ruled incomplete.
Oh, did he take his helmet off? No. There will be no 15-yard penalty.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 10. That would have been short of the first down, but at least it would have been some positive yardage. It looked initially from this angle that he may have caught that ball, but it was overruled and ruled incomplete. You could see when he came down, he did not have possession of that ball. Dominic at quarterback, 3rd and 10. He's looking at long patterns, going long. Quick is incomplete.
Mike, I don't think that Dominic is factoring in the wind. He's got the wind behind him in that play, and that was just a couple yards off the mark.
It's 4th and 10 from the 20.
They're going to go
Looks
for
like
it.
they're going for it. This could be either a make or break play. Looking for quick, incomplete, almost intercepted by Murray, and they lose the ball on downs. So with a 14-0 lead, the veterans now take over with great field position. 13 plays left in the first half. And I've checked out the renovations being done to the new BFL clubhouse right around the corner from here, which will be the new Hawley mansion, and they're doing a very beautiful job. Expect completion well before next year's Duke. And this is the traditional part of the show where we look back and find some of the worst blowouts. In 1994 was a 49-0 game. Looking for Condon, almost intercepted by F Troop at the 10, but it's incomplete. Back in 1994, a real drubbing, 49-0, and again, it was the Condon Murray Tvardzik team, John, that had a 49-0 blowout against Albert, Cwanek, Dudra, and Hawley.
That brings to mind a big no-show today, Mike. Mr. Wiskel,
Yes,
absent for yet another year.
Wiskel was last with us in 1995. Tvardzik at quarter. Here comes a blitz by Cwanek. Over the middle of the Condon. It's complete. Nice block by Murray. And he's taken down at about the 11, shy of the first down.
And that old injury, Mike, rears its ugly head again, that ankle injury, which I think we've seen in Dupor's past.
Does seem to be an injury by Condon on the field. He's holding his right ankle.
There wasn't any contact on that play, just seemed to injure that ankle, rounding the corner there.
Looks like he may be done. There's a timeout on the field.
Ryan, are you ready?
I am not playing!
Condon was talking with me earlier before today about some of the past Dupor injuries. And they're going to help him up and off. He may be, he's putting some weight on it. That's a good sign. It looks like he may be coming off today. He is putting weight on it. Seems to be the left ankle or knee.
What, an injury already?
You're going to have to play.
Hey, we need Jeffrey.
We got two.
All right, Jeffrey.
We got two. You need what quarter are we in?
Second quarter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unless you want to play.
No.
Age being replaced by youth with Jeffrey Darak coming in.
Ryan Miner. It's Billy Miller's nephew.
Oh.
Is Billy a Dupor Bowl?
Yes, he is.
And John, another second generation coming in, Bill Miller, who played in the very first Dupor Bowl in 1979. His nephew, Ryan Miner, is joining this team. It's 14-0. We're going to put Jeffrey on the
veteran team. He'll be replacing Doug Condon, Mike?
No, I think Jeffrey's going to go on the rookie team and Ryan Miner on the veteran team. Boy, Jeffrey has really gotten tall. Jeffrey Darak, amazingly, is in here for his 6th Dupor Bowl.
Seems to have quite an arm on him, too.
Man, we're getting old. 6.
Jeffrey's in his 6th. We're adding some veteran play to the Cwanek team. With Jeffrey has some good experience. And now we'll have some control on the field with Harold Darak back in his usual referee role in his 6th year. And now it feels like a Dupor.
Well, that gives him some real force on the offensive front, or the defensive front, I should say, Mike. Jeffrey's been a stalwart on the defensive line for years now.
Now Wyatt's man called Dominic is on the sideline for
That's to make the teams even.
Dominic with an injury already as well.
Looks like a blitz, Mike. They're showing their stripes already here.
Jeffrey's going to be on Bruce Murray. No click is on Murray. Tvardzik with the ball. He's looking to get it to Murray in the end zone. Incomplete. Here comes the blitz. Tvardzik with some pressure. Looking for Murray. Incomplete.
A little bit surprised, Mike, they just didn't go for the first down on that one. Now they've turned the ball over to the rookies.
And this could be the turnaround that these rookies needed. They'll have the ball at about the 12-yard line.
This is an incredible opportunity here, Mike, and now with the stability provided by young Darak out there, let's see what can happen.
That was the rookies' third blitz. They made good use of it when they needed it. They have 2 blitzes left this half. John, this is a big series, I think, for these rookies.
This is, Mike. If they come back here and score, take up some time, they could go into a halftime looking at only a 1-score deficit.
Quick as a quarterback, looking for Cwanek. Young Darak is open, looking! Oh, incomplete!
Just over his head.
Jeffrey, past 3 years, has had two receptions each year, and last year he threw a pass for the first time and completed it.
Could really step up this year, Mike, and show the way to the next decade of Dupors.
9 plays left in the first half. Quick as a quarterback. Jeffrey coming around the end. Pitches to Jeffrey. He's going to try to run with it, looking for some room. Can't get anywhere, and I think he might have even lost a yard. Minor with the stop. They've had a couple of plays that have lost yardage like that one, and a lot of incomplete passes.
Dominic's back there at quarterback, Mike.
Seems to be some confusion, and a timeout is taken by the rookies.
They want to talk about this one a little bit. They might have had some trickery on their mind on that one. Eisenmann showing some disgust out there. Big mistake here, Mike.
Here comes a blitz. Tvardzik. Look here. Eisenmann looking for quick. It's intercepted by Bruce Murray. Murray slips. He's still trying to get, he's got some good yardage. He could go all the way. Dominic's the only man to stop him. Murray takes it in with a 35-yard interception return, and the veterans are now up 21-0.
Put the nail in the coffin on that one, Mike. Murray with a big interception, and the rookies out there just aren't making it happen. No offense whatsoever. They had an opportunity that time, but couldn't make it happen. And the Dupor ever ended after 2 quarters, Mike.
I believe the only time that's been done is where there's been a game 2 situation. 7 plays left in the half.
Might have to call in Kevorkian and have a mercy killing on this one, Mike.
Kickoff will be by Murray. And it's another fine kick into the end zone. It'll be touched back to the 10. Dominic acquired blitz by Murray. Gets on pressure. Incomplete pass. 6 plays left in the first half.
There you see the killer instinct in the part of Murray on that one, Mike. 21-0 lead, first down, caused the blitz, puts a lot of pressure on Dominic, the rookie. No chance on that one.
And they've got 3 blitzes left, John. I wouldn't be surprised if they use them consecutively here to just keep this rookie team on its heels. No blitz this time. Dominic looking. Can't find anyone open. Now he's going wide for Cwanek. Oh, not incomplete. A double coverage on defense and knocked away. Nobody open on that, John. Made a fine effort to get it out there to Cwanek, but the coverage was there.
Cwanek had a step for a second, but Dominic double pumped there and just couldn't put it in his hands.
John, we just really have not seen much passing. That rookie team has only completed 1 pass. And for that matter, the veterans really have only completed a couple of them themselves.
Cwanek being replaced now. He's coming out a little bit disgusted, a little bit tired. He's got no support on that team, Mike. Unfortunately, he's had almost an MVP season last year, and now this year he's doing nothing out there.
3rd and 10. Another potential blitz, but they don't. Now it's a pass to Quick. Gets it off. Incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Maybe they're looking for a turnover here. Let's see what they can do.
Jeffrey Darak with the punt.
Oh, thanks.
That's illegal.
Bring that one back.
They're going to bring that back.
Harold Darak, a veteran of many Dupor Bowls, Mike.
Yes, he's well aware of that rule.
Spotted that immediately.
And Jeffrey now will kick it away. Sideline kick. It's a good bounce right to Tvardzik at midfield, and he stopped at about the 28-yard line. 4 plays left in the first half. Veterans out in front, and a timeout is... No, that's not a play. That's not a play.
That's not a play?
No. Punts are not plays. 4 plays left in the half.
Looks like you might get the young man involved on this one, Mike.
And we're getting the word that Bruce is calling all the plays for that squad. Now Tvardzik's wide on the right. Murray's looking for young Minor. He's throwing for Minor. He's open. Incomplete. Doug Condon making the trek up all the way from Maryland, Delaware.
Same thing.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of difference down there.
And regrettably injured very early on in this game, after catching the ball though. Murray at quarterback.
Interceptions.
Murray, there's some pressure, incomplete. It'll be third down, 2 plays left in the half.
Well, I think the veterans are trying to get some new people involved here, Mike, and
And they take a timeout, their first charge timeout. Tvardzik at quarterback. Murray making some last-minute adjustments to the play.
here on third down, Mike, they go back to the combination that's worked so effectively.
Might be time for a blitz. They are blitzing. The ball is loose. Tvardzik picks it up. He's running. He is.
Now, is that an illegal play, Mike? On a blitz, can he run like that?
He can pick up the ball like that on a blitz. It's going to be a close spot. No first down. Fourth down and a foot.
So, Mike, the Darak rule is not invoked on a blitz.
That is my understanding. One. They take timeout. Just short yardage. I'd look for Murray to come around in and a handoff for the gain. But no, it looks like a pure passing formation. Tvardzik at quarterback. No blitz this time. Looking for Murray. He's going long. Incomplete. And they lose it on downs.
The rookies are tempting fate a little bit here, Mike. The last time they threw a pass, it was intercepted and returned for a touchdown.
Dominic is at quarterback. Here comes a blitz. Looking for Jeffrey Darak. It's complete, and he picks up about 8 yards, 7 yards. I imagine they take a timeout to have half a play left. Half a play. This will be the last play of the first half. Dominic at quarterback. Jeffrey wide on the right. F Troop wide on the left. Here comes the blitz. Dominic almost sacked. Gets away. He's got him in. He's looking long. Incomplete. That's the end of the first half. 21-0. The veterans over the rookies.
Wow, great passing performance out there. 2 or 3 touchdowns. What, 2 touchdowns? Some nice touchdown passes out there.
Yeah, but struggling towards the end of the half.
The off-season conditioning programs paid some serious dividends.
Yes, very intense, very intense.
Got a nice positive lead at halftime.
Yes.
Trying to get some of the other people involved before halftime.
Exactly. We want to try to keep it going, sustain that for the second half. Beautiful day.
Beautiful day, beautiful field, 50-degree weather out there.
Yeah. Excellent.
So what do you look for in the second half? More of the same?
Probably more the same. Keep the pressure on. A little more success with our possessions.
Well, that touchdown
Last
pass.
couple of possessions, we've had a couple of mental mistakes.
That touchdown pass to Bruce Murray was his 100th career catch. That wasn't publicized at the time, but nice job on that one.
Thank you.
Nice passing out there. A good big run for a first down on the blitz.
Thank you. Happy to be a part of it.
And we're back on the air as we're about to begin the second half of play here. We're going to have some newcomers on the field. I'm not quite sure what the team alignments are going to be, but I imagine Harold will take care of that. Another beautiful Paul Tvardzik designed field, that Dupor, beautiful bold white letters in the sun. It is a little chilly here. I just put on my gloves. Paul Tvardzik, as we mentioned, and you can see him there sitting on the sideline getting last minute of rest before going back on the field. Paul has tied Harold Darak for all-time TD passes thrown. Paul has now thrown 30 of them in his years in the Dupor. And again, Paul and Bruce Murray are the only 2 on the field who were here back in 1979. Harold Darak was a player in '79. Of course, he's the referee now. We have a disappointment in the turnout this year, not getting last year's MVP, Mike Rafferty. Mr. Kosterko, who played the past couple of years, did not show. Mr. Lesko, who was also here the past couple of years, Mr. DeFeo. So a lot of people did not turn out this year, although we do have some newcomers, Mr. Minor. And there you see the 2 veterans, Harold Darak and Paul Tvardzik, conferring on the sideline. Next year is the big 20th, and I think a lot of players this year are really kind of looking ahead to next year's Dupor. And a lot of this year's players may be holding something back for the Big 20 next year, which many have rumored to be the final Dupor ever. Paul Tvardzik promises Paul is promising a beautiful field for next year. He's already working on the design, I'm sure. He had a relatively modest design this year. Again, the grounds crew, just like the players, are saving a little bit for next year's Dupor Bowl 20.
Seems to have his priorities in the right spot, too.
Yep.
More interested in the Budweiser than the game.
Camera and say cheese.
And what is Mr. Murray's first name?
What's your name?
Bryan Murray. Bryan, be ready to participate in Dupor Bowl 20 next year. Same place.
Same time, same channel.
Is his middle name Doyle?
Bye-bye.
Takes after his father in terms of hamming it up for the camera. And let's see, the rookie team, to add insult to injury, has to kick off this half. Kevin Cwanek, beautiful kick right through into the end zone. It'll be touched back to the 10. Murray downs it.
Mike, I would have sworn I saw Kevin wearing the work boots on that play, but looks like he had the golf shoes on that time and just popped that baby right through the end zone.
Of course, the Brownson Football League was, its heyday was in the early 70s at Hawley Field in Huntington. And most of the participants back at that time were in the age group of 11 to 16 or so.
Well, 19 years, Mike, is a long time to do anything.
This is Dupor 19, unbelievable. Murray to Tvardzik, big rush, back to Murray! Completes it. Looks like they may be going for a ball control type of offense.
Picked up 3 quick yards on that one, Mike. Murray, was that his number 101 reception of all time right
Yes,
there?
it was. Paul has tied Darak with 30 all-time TD passes. An amazing accomplishment. Pitch back to Tvardzik, pure running play, and he got the first down.
Paul Tvardzik, Mike, in incredible shape. I know we've mentioned that before. The striped pants might help to add to the look of that physique.
And here comes an animal to the field. It is one of the Jim Hawley
famous Buttheads.
Buttheads.
And it does appear to have vision for both eyes. Big plus in Jim's herd.
And we've got Tvardzik in the backfield. Tvardzik, pitch back to Tvardzik, looking to throw to Murray, short pass, stop for a loss by Kevin Cwanek, a heads-up defensive play. On defense, we've got Cwanek and Quick, who seem to be the defensive backs. F Troop, linebacker. One of these Samoskeviches, whose name I've forgotten already. Jeffrey Darak. And then on the veteran team, Murray, Tvardzik, Eisenmann, a Samoskevich, and a minor. Interesting formation. Back, fakes the handoff. Murray now looking to throw for Eisenmann. Incomplete. Let's see what they do here. Again, Tvardzik is a halfback. To Murray, fakes the handoff to Tvardzik. He's in trouble. He's looking for Tvardzik over the middle. He calls it down, but not enough for the first down. It brings up a 4th down situation.
4th down. You're going for it.
Veterans are going to go for it, and I suppose why not, John? Of course, the all-time greatest quarterback is the man in the stripes on the sideline now, Darak. All-out blitz. Murray's looking to run. He's going to have it, and he stopped down at around the 26, 25-yard line.
Looked like he wanted that blitz.
Looks like Jim has something homemade up here in the booth. What is that, Jim?
Lunch.
You put that on the camera for us?
It looks good. And we can attest that it smells good, too.
I don't know that it looks as good on camera.
Dupor Bowl brought to you in part today by roast beef.
9 plays left in the 3rd quarter. I think the veterans would like nothing else than to use a long drive that takes up most of this quarter. Tvardzik looking for intercepted Jeffrey Darak. He's got a lot of room. He stopped a big defensive play.
Leave it to a Darak, Mike, to come up with a big play in this contest.
That was an excellent play by Jeffrey. I believe that's his first interception all time. Thwarting the plans of the veterans to just march right down the field and score again.
How bitter it could be for Murray, Mike, if Darak could eventually turn this game around.
He thought he was done facing the Daraks. And now he's finding the second generation is tormenting him.
We haven't paid enough homage, Mike, to Harold at this point, thanking him for bringing the yellow dish towel with him. He hasn't thrown it much yet today, but has brought it along just in case.
I think it still has some soap suds on it.
Better hope his wife doesn't find out.
Dominic at quarterback. Handoff, fake handoff to Samoskevich. Nobody open. He's looking, gets rid of it to Jeffrey. Incomplete. Nearly picked off, nearly taken on the rebound by the Samoskevich in gray. 7 plays left in the third quarter. We hope to have enough players here that enough will stick around for a second game, especially when the 2 other newcomers come back. Dominic at quarterback. Samoskevich around then. Handoff, now back to Jeffrey. Jeffrey's got a clear field running, and he stopped. But a pickup on the play of about 4 or 5 yards. Snow on the ground, not nearly the favorable conditions we have now. Handoff to Jeffrey, fakes the double reverse. That's a loss of yardage on that play.
There's a lot of razzle-dazzle here.
I think they went to that one time too often.
Bringing up a big 4th down here, Mike. 4th and about 9.
And there are 5 plays left in the third quarter.
Huge play here for the rookie.
Yep. Looks to be a straight passing formation. Here comes the blitz. Murray's coming in unimpeded. Incomplete. And the ball will revert on downs back to the veterans with 4 plays left in the third quarter. Now it seems that all this game is about is whether they can hold on to the shutout. There's only been 4 shutouts in Dupor history, and we've talked many times about that worst one, which was the 49-0 game.
Paul showing some signs of discomfort out there. Maybe wearing those pants a little bit too tight.
Oh, is there an injury on the field, John?
Tvardzik, I think, is doubled over a little bit, Mike.
I wonder what that's all about. I know he's up.
It's like a Dave Brown injury.
First down.
We've got Minor in the backfield now. Murray with the ball, fakes the handoff to Minor, now fakes the handoff again, now throwing, incomplete. We are now up to, obviously, a 5-on-5 game. First we thought we were in danger of 3-on-3 only. Tvardzik at quarterback. Looking now for Murray on the sideline. Intercepted by Dominic at the 22-yard line. He intercepted the ball right in front of Bruce Murray at about the 22, went out of bounds right about there, maybe a 1-yard return or so. Bruce looks disappointed, was hoping to pad some stats here, but they just can't seem to get anything going in the second half. They do have that 3-touchdown lead, however, which does not seem to be in danger at all. Now we've got Quick at quarterback. Jeffrey is at center. F Troop wide on the far side. Samoskevich and Cwanek on the near side. Murray's the deep safety.
A lot of discussion.
Quick with the ball. Quick. Looking for Cwanek. Completes it. Out to the 29-30-yard line. Nice pickup of about 7 yards on that play. Call it 6 yards on the play.
That was a nice play. Again, a catch by Cwanek. Everything positive for the rookies has been Cwanek this year.
Quick. Pitches to Darak. Darak is stopped. Samoskevich penetration and a loss of a yard on that one.
Well, I think you can see the frustration that the rookies are having, Mike, with the passing game. Almost giving up to a certain extent, going for the runs.
brings up a third down situation. We're now in the fourth quarter. It's the end of the third quarter with the score of the veterans 21, the rookies nothing. No word yet on Doug Condon, who has been transported to a local hospital with a muscle injury in his calf. He said it's a re-injury of something that occurred about 8 months ago.
Incredible. There always seems to be, I hate to say it, Mike, but there always seems to be an injury every Dupor Bowl year.
Does seem that way. This is a big third down play. Although with the score what it is, I imagine we're in 2 down territory. Blitz by Tvardzik. Gets some good pressure. Incomplete. Fourth down. And they may be blitzing on this play again. Tvardzik blitzing. This ball stopped over his head. Paul covers it. And he's got it. Paul Tvardzik, a big defensive play for those veterans.
I don't know if we keep a track of sack statistics, Mike, but Paul, coming up big on that one, picks up his first sack today.
And we'll have to realign these teams for the second game. I may leave that task to Harold. He's tended to do well in the past. It looks like they spot that ball about the 17-yard line. Murray, one of the perennial MVP candidates, although he's been out of the running the past few years. Murray at quarterback now. He's looking long for Samoskevich. Overthrows, incomplete.
Could go to the fourth decade if we play in the year 2000.
Bruce Murray now with a rush. Gets it off into the end zone. Incomplete. Third down. Our actual time is about 2:20. Plenty of time for a game 2 if we can get the interest in one. Tvardzik looking to throw for Murray. Ooh, incomplete. He had a chance to get it. Just off his fingertips. It's fourth down.
Murray most unhappy.
And exhorting his teammate Paul Tvardzik to get the ball there. Brings up a fourth down. Neither offense is really on track. Here comes a heavy blitz by Cwanek. Gets it off to Murray, and he can't find the handle. It's incomplete. And it'll revert on downs with just 9 plays left in the game. Victory seems assured for the veterans. I'm not sure he certainly wouldn't have had a first down there. May have been able to run for the first down, but didn't quite get there. But the veterans seem to have this one well in hand, 21-0. With all the scoring coming in the first half. Quick is at quarterback, Jeffrey Darak wide on the right, Cwanek and Samoskevich also. Now pass to Jeffrey, incomplete. I'm not sure what that was all about. I really don't think this is a terribly well played game, John. I hate to say it.
No, it's a little bit sloppy.
No real offensive superstars. Now Jeffrey had a goal, incomplete.
Well, they had 2 receivers in the same area on that one. You know you never want that, but Darak with a little bit of a stop and go on that one.
He was open.
Cwanek had lured Murray into the same area there, which you don't want to do.
It looked like that first down call may have been just done to set up the second down play, and it did it very well, but they just couldn't connect. And it looks now like F Troop is quarterbacking. Oh, it's again snap. He's got it though. He's looking long. He's gunning it deep for Quick. Oh, incomplete. Despite the double coverage, I think Quick had a chance for that ball.
Murray playing center field again on that one, Mike, and he got his arm in the way, and I think that was enough to break that baby up.
Fourth down, now just 6 plays left in this game, and this one is over. Yes, I think it was Frank Mantle is the answer to the famous trivia question, who replaced Andrew DaRin when he went down with the injury in 1984?
Of course, Condon, the MVP from 1990, was carried off on a stretcher today.
Cwanek is punting. Oh, gets off a dandy. Oh, Miner, they got a chance to recover. It's loose. It's up for grabs. Let's see who's got the ball. Harold is in there. They're scrumming for it. And the rookies recover. The rookies recover. I believe it was the young Samoskevich in gray who ended up with that ball at the bottom of the scrum.
First down.
A bobbled punt led to the recovery by the rookies.
This is the big break, Mike, that the rookies were looking for at the end of the first half. I think this one's come a little bit late, but maybe they can get some redemption with a late score here.
They could always score on every play left.
Well, theoretically, yeah, they could win this game, especially considering kickoffs are not plays. Of course, there are no onside kicks in this league. I think this is probably the rookies' best field position of the day, John.
But, Mike, their best players off the field here. Kevin Cwanek taking a respite.
You don't like to see that. It's all rookies out there now. Except for Jeffrey, incomplete. 5 plays left in the game. Bruce Murray calling the defensive signals. He's a very competitive player. Dominic gets it off to F Troop, incomplete. I think he heard footsteps. Dominic at quarterback. Looking for Quick, incomplete, and it's 4th down. John, this may be a record for the number of incomplete passes we've seen.
Incredible, Mike. Passing percentage might be less than 10% this year.
The last 10 passes we've seen, the last 11 passes we've seen have been incomplete. Dominic into the corner, batted away by Paul Tvardzik. And the veterans take a timeout. There are just 2.5 plays left in this game.
They want to pad that lead a little bit.
That's 12 straight incomplete passes.
Incredible, Mike.
2.5.
The rookies don't have a polished quarterback out there, and that's really come back to haunt them in this game.
Murray at quarterback. He's got everybody wide on the right. Here comes a blitz by Cwanek. Now Murray can run. He's got an open field on the side, and he's brought out of down after a gain of 10. Timeout is called. They can effectively get 2 more plays out of this. A little discrepancy on the official clock.
Mike, at this point, the veterans are looking to better the first videotaped game ever of November 24th, 1984. That was a 27-0 blowout. They're looking to put this.
Here comes a blitz by Cwanek. Cornerback blitz. Looks for Tvardzik. He's got it. And they take a timeout. This will be the last play of the game, effectively. And that is the first completed pass we have seen since midway through the 3rd quarter. This is the last play of the game. Time running out. Bruce Murray, quarterback. They want to score one more time. Snap back to Murray. Murray is looking long for Samoskevich. He's alone in the end zone. It is incomplete, and that's the end of the ball game. A 21-0 final score. John, no scoring at all since midway through the 2nd quarter. I don't know when the last time was we've seen anything like that.
Well, Mike, the veterans got their lead and they were comfortable with it. Tried to pad the statistics a little bit, but we're happy with the win.
And now a word from our sponsor. It's Dupor Bowl 19, but it's the 150th anniversary of Schaefer beer. We would like to express sincere thanks to those Schaefer customers whose loyalty and support have made over 150 years possible, just as we'd like to express our sincere thanks to you, the Dupor viewer, who have made 19 Dupor Bowls possible. Join us next year for Dupor Bowl 20, and join us for Game 2 in Dupor Bowl 19 as we attempt to watch more stat padding and hopefully a better game.
We interviewed Paul at the end of the first half, now at the end of the game. That was a big win. 21-0 wasn't one of the bigger blowouts of Dupor history, but you guys were going for the touchdown there at the end. Give us your thoughts. Were you going for the 28 score?
Well, I was just trying to get the young guys in the game primarily, John. If we score, we score. If we don't, we don't. 21-0, we knew the game was won. But I'm trying to get the young guys in the flow of the Dupor, give them the feel, and that's kind of why towards the end of the game we were trying to go to them a lot. We want them to come back. We want them to carry on tradition. As you can see today, a lot of the veterans went down with injuries, and pretty soon there'll be none of us left to carry it on. So,
of course, we have the big number 20 Dupor coming up next year, and you have 13 touchdown passes in your career to match the number on your jersey, and could have been going for number 14 on the last play.
Like I said, I'm just trying to get the guys in the flow of the game, and if I can hit them, I will. it's just, we're trying to have some fun out there.
Right,
That was the main thing. We knew the game was locked up, and they weren't really threatening us too much with their offense.
Yeah.
It's not a knock on them, but I think we played some good D.
Beautiful.
And so,
yeah,
we're
shut them out.
Second game, we'll see more of the same, I think. It might be a low-scoring game, but we're just trying to have fun and get the new guys in the flow.
Well, that rookie team, I don't know what your thoughts are, Bruce, but we thought that they should possibly have had Cwanek a little bit more involved. They suffered from a lack of a quarterback out there.
They definitely suffered from lack of experience. They didn't use their timeouts properly. Their blitz structure was kind of off. We knew when they were going to blitz,
right.
And we took advantage of it. And that just comes from being the Dupor. And I'm surprised that Kevin, you're right, didn't get more involved in the game, but we were actually playing to him as the strength, and he was a non-factor.
Right.
But maybe in the second game we'll switch it up. We'll see a little more of the veteran play take over, and hopefully it'll be a little more competitive.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us in the
My
booth.
pleasure.
Congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
I talked with the referee as well, and we seem to be in agreement that was perhaps one of the poorest offensive performances we have ever seen in a Dupor Bowl on both sides.
Incredible, Mike. We spoke with Bruce Murray a little bit just now, and he was saying, just as we thought in the booth, that Cwanek was the strength with the rookies out there. Really didn't get involved. They didn't have an efficient quarterback, and just couldn't get things done.
And Harold made the comment from his vantage point as the referee that it seemed like the rookies did suffer from a lack of play calling, a lack of understanding of the Dupor rules and the whole feel of the Dupor Bowl.
Right.
A lot of rookies think they can just come in and play, but it's not that way at all, is it?
It's not. It's years of experience, tradition. You got to have the play calls, and when the young Darak came in and he showed some strength out there, we envisioned the cruelest of endings for Bruce Murray, but it just didn't come to pass, and they hung on. They played some great defense out there, and they pulled it through for a 21-0 victory.
We hope that when the teams are set for Game 2, that Jeffrey Darak is on the opposite side as Bruce Murray to carry on that tradition that lasted from year to year of Murray versus Darak. Some things to look for in the next game is whether Tvardzik will break the record for touchdown passes. He's tied with Harold right now at 30 touchdown passes all time. And the question is, can he get number 31?
And Mike, the big question is, if he does break that number 21 and we have that festive the Dupor Bowl 20 next year, will Harold come out of retirement and defend that record? That would be a huge question, Mike.
One comment that brings up when you talk about Dupor 20 next year, there does seem to be the feel that a lot of players are looking ahead to next year's Dupor and not really putting their heart and soul into this Dupor number 19. I think a lot of them are really looking to that big game next year.
Good point, Mike, and that could be another reason for some of the sloppy play that we've seen out there.
Paul Tvardzik himself, who again has done a beautiful job of designing the field, and you especially have to give him a hand for that bold word Dupor right across the 20 to 30 yard line there. He's done a good job, but he himself has admitted that it's not up to some of his standards. There are no pachyderms, there are no foul on the field. But it's a beautiful field nonetheless. But I just can't imagine what we can look forward to seeing next year at Dupor number 20.
And of course, Mike, we're going to have to discuss in the second game maybe some of the history of that word Dupor and some more of the players, the MVPs of past, and we'll get into all of that in the second game.
And perhaps we can talk a little bit about some of the planning that is going to go into next year's Dupor Bowl number 20. It's hard to believe. I can remember the planning stages of Dupor Bowl number 1. It wasn't even called the Dupor Bowl back then. It was designed to be a 5-year reunion game from a big BFL season in 1974, and it wasn't necessarily designed as an annual event. But obviously now, all these years later, it certainly has become one.
Incredible.
And Harold Darak is putting together the teams right now for the big second game. And we'll go off the air in a moment, but let me just, again, pass a word from our sponsor, Schaefer Beer. Schaefer outbidding Tusker.
What happened to Tusker?
Tusker was outbid this year. There was a dispute over having their logo right on midfield. We just weren't able to work out those details, so this is not the Tusker Bowl. But we're proud and pleased to have Schaefer Beer as our Dupor Bowl sponsor.